Crystal has joined us, Bip.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. So I've been trying so hard to talk to you about a few things, Andrew.
What's
Um,
up?
I have a few questions for you. The first being, I want to go back to 2020. Okay.
All right.
Um, Allison and Candace had their fight, right?
Yep.
They no longer talk. It's blamed on Jose, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what they say. Now, in March of 2021, before Summer had gone missing, Sherry and Candace had posted pictures of Sherry and Candace at Chi Chi's, a
Yeah.
restaurant. It was said at that point that they were no longer friends and that Sherry had a falling out with Candace first, according to Allie, right? Am I
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
So the question I have is, where does DHS play in? Because I know, look, I had a bit myself. I had a bit of a dilemma with ex-in-laws who wanted custody of my children when they were babies, and they called social services on me. And when they
Yeah.
called, of course, everything was dropped, but they had to contact the children's father. So I know that once DHS comes in, they usually contact the other parent.
Yes. But you gotta understand though, darling, okay? I didn't get in very much have that much contact until the factor of when Hunter first went to um the first group home in 20, I think the ending of 21, 20 to 20, no, the ending of 21 to 22.
Right. So this all took place in 2020 and 2021. So I thought that you and Allie had made up in 2018 when you went to court.
And no, we didn't make up in 18. I actually, in 18, all right, is when I, due to child support that I failed to pay when I was younger, um, was a blessing because it gave me Hunter's current address at the time, which was Tennessee, Kingsport, but a different house. And I used that and I ran with it. And I took it to court, filed for parental kidnapping, whole freaking nine. But
Okay,
So, did Hunter typically go and spend summers with his dad?
Well, what it was is Hunter was born and raised mostly in New York State. We moved here to Tennessee about going on 10 years now. Andrew got a bug up his ass because they finally found, New York State Child Support finally found out where he was living. And he owes me back child support. And he also owes the state. So they got him on a violation of non-payment of child support. Well, when he got those papers, he decided to throw me into court for violation of visitation, which when Hunter was about 4 or 5, he was in kindergarten. Andrew has not seen his kid. Didn't even care to come get him on the weekends like he was supposed to. So he violated me on visitation, so we had to go to New York. We came up with the agreement that he would take Hunter in the summertime when school got out. The first Sunday when school got out to last week of before school started. Last year, Hunter did not go to New York because one, he didn't want to because of COVID. Yeah, I have full sole custody of Hunter.
And he gets visitations, or
The visitations are supposed to be every summer and then every other Christmas.
okay?
Which, mind you,
I'm sure every summer.
last Christmas was supposed to be Hunter's and Andrew's year. Andrew never came to get his kid
He had no money.
because he didn't have no money because he wasn't working. He doesn't pay child support.
when DHS got involved, did they reach out to you?
no. At the time in 2018, I did not have them involved at all. I just went straight to family court and filed paperwork.
Okay, so after 2018, at any time, did DHS contact you?
For anything
Before,
that went on down
prior
there,
to
no.
Summer going missing.
No, I'm saying prior. Sorry, I had a thing. But no,
Prior, between 2018 and prior to Summer go, I guess I'm looking for like 2020 and 2021. I'm trying to figure out, because Sherry did they all did
well,
the
I heard this
LR.
is the thing. In 2018, 19, 20, Allison's grandmother was living with them. And as far as I know, the only time I got any calls or anything that had to do with what you call DHS, I call CPS. So
Yeah, we call it CYF. I'm not you.
it's different states, different things, you know. But they never got a hold of me until for any situation that had to do with Hunter until they were looking to place him somewhere outside of his mother's house. In 20 and
Okay, so was that because of DHS or was that because of his charges?
yes, his charges that the charges that he wound up that put him on probation was before Summer went MIA.
Right. So, but did they remove him from the home and put him in the group home due to TCS, or did they do it because?
They removed him from the home due to the fact there is what is on the paperwork that I'm only going to give you a little bit of the paperwork. I don't need to get too much trouble on my end. Lack of structure.
Lack of structure. So, do you know what Sherry's charges were?
Sherry, on the other hand, she's got.
Yeah, Selena, I'm in Pittsburgh.
Listen, last I knew, she lost a grandkid.
Okay, which kids did she have custody of Hunter?
No, Allison's. She lost Allison's sister's kid.
Okay, so it wasn't Allie's kids at all.
No, she never once had custody of any of Allison's kids.
One big question that I know we had talked about before we started this was one of the speculations is that your mom, being Sherry, has custody of your children.
That makes me laugh. That's the funniest one I've heard yet. Now, mind you, my mother does have 3 kids. Those are my sister's kids that she's raising.
Well, since then,
wait, I got a question real quick. Hold on.
What's up?
I thought not Grandbun, but the other one, Sherry, right? That's her name. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought she had True, or was it Grandbun?
Nope.
One of them had custody of True.
Nope.
No, that's
No,
what I
the
thought.
only one that has custody of True
Sherry,
is True.
the younger one.
Nope. The only one that has custody of True is True.
I
Well,
thought
True's
I
18.
thought they told Molly and Betty that the youngest one and True were in one of the other two's custody.
Nope. They can't send it off. They can't send it to Sherry. They couldn't send them to Sherry because Sherry has yeah, a bunch of other shit.
What
going
I'm
on.
trying to
on the research of the freaking interwebs. You guys all knew that Allie had child abuse charges, right? A couple months before Summer went missing. I didn't know if you guys, that was something that somebody sent me, and I didn't know if you guys remembered about that. That's a side note. It was March 2nd, 2021. I remember seeing this. Sherry Mullaney, 3 charges.
So Sherry, in the interview they did with JLR and them when they pulled up on the street, which was bullshit in my opinion.
Yep.
But when they pulled up on the street and they stopped them, Sherry was telling them that DHS was involved and that Dawn had done something to one of her grandchildren. And that that Dawn was giving the kids weed.
The only thing I can tell you is that as far as I know, I couldn't really tell you because I don't really talk to them due to
well, that's what my question to you was did DHS at any point contact you and tell you what those charges were? Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to You're
only
out.
charges I got right now is that Allison has educational neglect.
No, he never did that until after Summer went missing. So, I mean, he never really even came out the house until after she went missing. And then after she went missing, it was like he was out here all the time fighting people. It was totally different kid, I think. And he did get in trouble for stealing a car and doing all that stuff. And he was on probation. And after Summer went missing, he did not want to go to school. I think he was giving him a hard time at school. And,
they was definitely. My son had class with him.
So
He stopped going to school and then eventually ended up in some.
for not going to school. And
He's gotten in so much trouble at school, and like he was on probation, and that's what I'm saying. He like my son would come home and tell me stories. Mom, like there was this boy at school that like said they're boys, and he's calling him ugly names and pouring water on him and taking a gun, a little squirt gun and squirting water and pretending like that's his private parts and acting like he's peeing on him and I'm like, you're kidding, Titus. And he's like, no, Mom. He's like really ugly to other people at school.
Yeah.
And, he's constantly going, fighting and getting in trouble. Seniors are all the time after him because, he is all the time saying ugly things and stuff and, getting in trouble with the principal. I mean, like, he's all the time in trouble and getting kicked out of school. So,
Okay, I'm not talking about Ellison. I'm talking about
But
Sherry.
Sherry, on the other hand, I don't talk to Sherry like that. I never have. Not even when they were living up here. I avoided her like she had the plague.
I mean, the fact that they were at Chili's together, in March tells you that somebody's lying. Because it was spoken that they didn't, it was said that they didn't speak since October, right?
Oh.
And that Sherry had even had a fight before Candace and Allie had the fight. I mean, at least that's what I gathered. So why is Sherry at restaurants with Candace in March? You understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
So around that time, you and Candace had stopped talking, but was Candace still friends with your mom, Sherry?
She sort of heard my mom, Sherry, had a falling out too over certain things.
Okay.
And when I stopped talking to her, she went back to my mom's doorstep. Instead of being like trying to be best buddies with her.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm getting
Miss
with
Hickler,
that.
can
But I
we,
do have
excuse me 1 minute, lady. Miss Hickler, can we please refrain from Jose's name on here, please? I mean, I know you're just, trying to put out some information for those who are new over here. I understand that, and I appreciate that, but let's not use his name, please.
Did I use his name?
No. I was talking to somebody in chat.
Okay, so now I have another round of questions for you. I want to go back to Jose.
Somebody said Sherry got child abuse, neglect, and endangerment charges.
Yes, she did. I'm looking for the dates on them.
It was March 2nd, 2021. I remember seeing this. Sherry Mullaney.
And I'm trying to figure out exactly what them
Wasn't that in
charges.
2017 when she got them charges?
It had to be. No, when I went down in 18 to pick up Hunter, she had the grandbabies with her at the time. So it must have been between 18 and...
In 2020.
Yeah.
It was March 2nd, 2021. I remember seeing this. Sherry Mullaney.
Because in 19, I didn't even stay long enough. I went down, picked Hunter up, and then as soon as he got in the car, we went over to the local gas station, filled up, and left.
Well, I mean, because she stated that her charges were she stated her charges were due to something to do with Dawn because Candace and Grandis came in, barged in the house, grabbed True. We all know the story.
Yeah.
CPS came and they came down to interrogate my granddaughter. Matter of fact, Candace's mother wanted to take my oldest granddaughter outside. My oldest granddaughter flipped her wig and slammed the door, cussed her out.
Candace's
mother. And Candace, and she ran off, and she goes, well, your granddaughter ran off. And I said, she's fine, and she'll come back. I said, what'd you say to her? Well, she goes, I just said that, asked her what she said. I asked her what she said to CPS. I said, what do you mean? If you got nothing to hide. This is before even Summer came up missing. This had to deal with giving kids weed. Because a phone call came in from CPS saying that I was giving the kids weed. My grandkids said, no, it wasn't me, it was kids. And so she came down to threaten my granddaughter.
No, I get it.
So now,
I don't blame you.
and then when they did this with her, before Summer even came up missing, I was really mad. I'm really.
We've been going through that.
So, okay, another question.
Okay,
I can't find the clip I'm looking for, but it was said at one point that when Candace came to Allison's house the next day, that she came with a truck full of televisions and stuff. I can't find the clip. I'm trying to figure out if Hunter ever said anything to you about that.
No. Actually, this is the first time hearing of it.
It was on Unmasked. So if anybody can go to my channel and lead me to that clip, I'd really appreciate it. I think I'm losing my mind and I don't remember where I seen it. Okay, and now I want to ask you about Jose a couple things.
Oh boy. I can only give you as much as I'm allowed.
Yeah, I know.
There's no huge secret about it.
he knows.
So I guess what I want to ask is, what do you know about Jose's past prior to him going to Tennessee with you?
He was living with my brother Jeffy for a little while.
No.
And, I was staying with a friend of mine that actually was going to move down to Tennessee, and I wind up going with them. His children's mother had lived down there, and she had a friend that basically had a room, and no one wanted to stay there, but because of what I was going through, I decided to just stay in Tennessee, and I wind up renting the room from Candace.
Prior to that, did you know him prior to him?
Prior to that, I did not know who he was.
Okay, has he ever said anything to you about living in California prior to him recently going there before he supposedly passed away?
No.
Okay. I found...
No, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You got for those who are just popping in, I have Miss Dippy and I have Miss Crystal crying. But no. Prior to that, I only have information from somebody who wants to remain anonymous, but is close to the family. And it's not good information, but I do not.
Can you tell me, was his wife's name Lydia by chance?
Yeah, that I don't know. I never asked.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that you answered what you could.
Well, I'm just being honest. On certain things I can say, certain things I don't. She talked to Justin. Yeah, she did talk to Justin.
Yeah, no, I know he did, but that definitely was Jose on Justin's channel.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is that there's a lot of speculation going on with his death right
Yeah,
now.
I don't understand his obituary. There's no family listed. There's no his date. If you go into
The only thing that was correct, listen, the only thing that was correct on that piece of paper, outside of the time and place, was how he passed. That was
See,
it.
I didn't even,
Everything else was just
see
malarkey.
that. I'm looking at the obituary I'm finding online.
Well, I mean, he was saying how they were saying how much his kids meant to him, but yeah, his kids weren't mentioned. Don't he have like
And there is a tribute book online to him, and the only people that have signed this tribute book are people from YouTube. There's no family in the tribute book. There's no family anywhere in any articles. There's no listing of his. There's nothing.
Wait, isn't his family mostly from Mexico though, or somewhere like that?
No. Nope.
They all are from New York.
They all
California.
Well,
that I don't know.
I think
But
it was
most of his
California.
family are up here with me.
can you tell me, is he from your part of New York or is he from the Brooklyn part of New York?
I know him from where I'm at. Outside of where he was before here, I could not tell you.
New York.
I don't really know.
Can I ask you why you took this man you don't know nothing about with your children in a car on such a long trip?
It was his friend.
Because I knew him for a few years and he seemed like an alright person.
Okay.
Until
So
after.
you knew him for 3 years. Okay.
Yeah. I knew him for a while, but like I said, he wasn't even
Jeff,
supposed to.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
He wasn't
mean,
even supposed to go.
that would be
A
the
week
first
prior,
thing I ask all the questions.
but listen, a week prior to us leaving, he said straight up stated he found somewhere else. He didn't want to go, and then the day of, he's like, "Oh, I'm going." We're like, okay.
So wait, you stated that he was supposed to take over the payments for the storage, right?
No. The only person that was supposed to take payment over of a storage was my brother's ex-girlfriend when we got up here, because we had gotten a secondary storage up here for our things, and yeah, that was a shit show.
Okay, all right. I thought I must have misunderstood. I thought,
'Cause when we arrived, it was basically we had to find somewhere for our family to go.
you know, did he have access to that storage after you left?
Yeah, they did.
Who's that?
There was a couple items we left behind for Don and Candace.
Can I ask what?
Well, Candace and Allie, let me rephrase that. Now it's so.
Can I ask what those?
I met Candace at the Dollar Tree out there with Allison, because she was driving Allison around.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Can I ask what items you left in storage for them?
We left a what I call a fat boy recliner chair, and I believe a table.
Okay, all right.
What is Lisa Jacob?
So, all right, I'm just so confused by all this Jose stuff and by Sherry's charges. Like, we all know they're there, and you know everybody's come on.
Sherry was never a nice woman.
Well, what can you tell us about her?
She takes after her mother too well. Her grandmother is a grumpy lady and stuck on her ways. Sherry wound up becoming the same as her mother. But the grandmother, as we all know her. Okay.
Okay. So
softened up for a little while, but Sherry never
did. How did Sherry move to Tennessee from
my understanding? Because you have to remember this key thing. Allison took off out of state on my visitation without my knowledge. So as far as I know, all three of them left at the same time.
Okay.
Hey, did you hear?
So you
question in chat?
What's up?
Did you see what Sarah asked in chat? She said, Andrew, question. Do you think possibly that Jose is in protective or safe place or identity protection program?
No, he's not. I know exactly. I'm not being an ass.
It was just.
I'm not going to be an ass. Thank you so much, honey. You asked us not to speak of him. Yes. I do know, okay, because I'm really uncomfortable speaking of the dead, especially him of all people. But I do know that his ashes are with family.
Okay, so everybody's trying to say that he's not passed on?
Oh, no, he is.
No,
I haven't had to live with all the trials.
But listen, here's my thing, okay? I posted up a lot of what was it? Last weekend that I was gonna make a live about, but I didn't. Because I was 1, pissed off, 2, pissed off, 3, pissed off. But given that my irritation is already here today, I can honestly tell you the circumstances surrounding Jose's passing, okay, is that he never used needles. Ever.
Oh, so they are saying it's an overdose. I missed all those videos. I've had my
Oh no, honey. No. It's not. They are saying it's definitive.
Okay, so back to Sherry for 1 minute. She lived in New York. Were you around them a lot?
In the beginning, when I was younger, yes. Back when I first got Allison pregnant, yes, and then I went about my way because, young, dumb, you're gonna do what you want to do. after that, I was in and out every other weekend only because I had every weekend only because I had visitations with my son every weekend.
So did you ever see her personally abuse the children or give the children drugs?
No. You also have to remember at the time he was like 7. So.
Okay, when Allison had Hunter, wasn't she underage?
Allison I think Allison's only like a year below me, I think. I think she's like 33, 34.
So was you around during that time? Did you ever see Sherry abusing Allie?
No, I didn't even see her. I didn't see any of that. So, I mean, I didn't see anything because 90% of the time I didn't want to see anything, or I was just too drunk to give a shit.
I get that.
Well, hey, when you're young, you really don't pay a lot of attention.
In my opinion, I feel like I don't believe that any of them people had anything to do with Summer going missing. You know, I mean, personally, Candace was the last person to see Summer, and this isn't a soap opera. This is an actual real child, a real missing child. You know?
Oh yeah.
But there are real circumstances that could have led up to her disappearing, and some of them could be the DHS involvement with Sherry and Dawn, because like I said, Sherry stated that her charges came from Dawn, from something that happened with Dawn. Candace tried to say I was giving the kids weed, and no, it was Candace and Dawn that were giving the kids weed. Those are her words, Sherry's words.
But Don, you're saying Don Wells gave your grandkids alcohol?
That's what the little one says.
That's what what's your little one's name?
Michelle.
Michelle. How old is Michelle?
She's 9 now.
She's not. When was this? How old was she then? How old was she then?
You said about 7, 8. Yeah.
7 or 8, and she said that Don gave her alcohol. Oh my gosh.
Like not to give the kids alcohol and drugs and shit like that.
She gave Summer alcohol and drugs?
She said that you're really Sherry, that she's really
Really? Did you see it?
And then I'm like, no, that's
when
not
did she
the
do that?
case. And they're like, how do you know? Do you know this kind of family? I said that.
So she would give Summer, Candace would give Summer drugs and alcohol.
I know alcohol was out.
Did Don? Don gave Candace drugs and alcohol too. The boys too. Everybody. You think Candace was, or Summer was sexually molested by any way by the family? I mean, because we're hearing rumors. You do. By who? Don? Probably the mother too. Candace. Wow.
He also even gave their alcohol because he gave my grandkids alcohol and did something to them.
Who?
Donnie.
Donnie did something to your grandkids? What did Donnie do to your grandkids?
Molested them probably.
When?
When we used to hang up there.
I always wondered if somebody was lying or if maybe there was more than one falling out with you and Candace. When I spoke to her, she told me that the falling out that you guys had was because of True, that she had kept a secret for True, or she wouldn't keep a secret for True. And you said that your falling out was because of her stealing money and hooking up with Jose. Was there maybe more than one falling out, and that's why you guys...
Candace said that True brought a 12-year-old girl to her home, and Candace said that True wanted her to tell the 12-year-old it was okay for them to be girlfriends, as in girlfriends. And Candace said that she wasn't going to aid and abet that kind of BS, and that's what caused a problem between, that and the fact that Donald, through True and a girlfriend that had came up there, and they said came up there drunk, out of the house because they didn't want it around their children, and made them sleep in a truck.
No. See, that's all twisted because me and Candace had our falling out over the stolen money and Jose, because I would get paid and I would bring home to Grandma my share of the rent money and everything, and I'd have my extra cash on me. Well, several different times it had came up missing, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I spend it all? I thought I didn't, I would. Then I got smart and I kept looking at my receipts. I'm like, dude, I should have this much change left. I know what I eat for lunch at work. I know how much it costs. I know where I spend my money. And then, we had then everything with Jose, and it just all hit me at once, and I had to back, I had to back out of the friendship because, you don't steal from your friends. Especially someone who's there that's going to help you.
Absolutely. And you know something, Allie, I want to tell you.
Now, True and it wasn't a 12-year-old girl. True and her best friend at the time had snuck up to Candace's.
And how old was True's best friend?
15.
Okay.
And from what I get, because True couldn't hold it in no more, she was pissed. Don and Candace told True, Candace came down to the city, picked them up, and I didn't know anything about it. I thought she was at her friend's house, and, that's where they were spending the night. They even had me believe it because I talked to the girl's mother, and the girls were there at one time.
Right.
True and her friends snuck up to Candace's. Candace came down and got them, picked them up, brought them up to her house. Candace ended up getting drunk, and she couldn't bring them home. Donnie came home from work, said, I don't want them in my house. So Candace made my daughter and her best friend sleep out in the back of a truck.
Oh, and your daughter and her best friend wasn't drinking at all?
No.
Okay.
And so was this a different falling out, or was this around the same time?
This happened after our falling out, and I was pissed.
I was just recently told by my daughter too that last time her and her friend went up there taking the food, she gave them something to drink. True didn't know what it was. She didn't know there was alcohol in it. And I guess Donnie didn't want no one spending the night that night. They kicked them out into a freaking truck, the back of a truck, to sleep.
So he had her sleep in the back of one of their trucks?
Yep.
And not in the house?
Not in the house.
Is that when that was the situation that made your oldest decide, I'm done with this?
Yep.
Fair enough.
When my daughter went to school with them prior to this, so we knew them previously. But when my daughter started, teenage girls, Lord help us, but they harbored my daughter for over 12 hours when she ran away
And lied.
and lied to the police. Told me dead to my face that she wasn't in that house, and she was very well in that house. So my thing is, if you will lie for a minor who was barely 12 years old, only 12 years old for barely 30 days, you're going to help your so-called ex-best friend cover up. There's drug use on both sides on that part, and I just feel, they know. Hunter knows. Candace and them know, but they will not come forth and say anything. But my daughter told me that that Candace was coming to pick her and True up to go to her house so that I could not find her. If that would have happened, whatever could have happened, that could have been my child.
Yeah.
Like, that literally could have been my child instead of Summer.
I mean, we had
the law. Yeah, the law was looking for her. Like, my oldest son plays travel sports, so she was home with her dad that day, and I was away for a one-day tournament. And when I come home, he was already looking for her. I just happened to, I did just a mother's instinct to track her down, but like, my child was missing for not even 10 hours. They couldn't physically put out a missing child alert for her yet because she hadn't been missing for 48 hours. 48 hours is a long time. I told that officer, I said, I'm sorry, you can leave, but the moment you leave, I'm going in that house and getting my kid. I know she's in that house. And, I was having a panic attack running around this neighborhood looking for her, screaming for her, puking my brains out. Like, that would be an all-day, everyday thing. Like, I wouldn't be able to stop because that's my child. I don't even buy my kid a bicycle anymore because I'm scared to death. Like, she might get, which I know she won't now, but that's how she ran away. Like, so I won't buy her a bike.
And then Allie and them lied.
Yeah, they lied. Yeah, they lied. I told the police that she wasn't. They made her leave once I contacted the daughter and said that I was on my way and that they would go to jail for harboring the fugitive and that I had reported her missing. And I guess they thought I was joking, but I was not joking because when I rolled up with the cars full of police.
Yeah. If you go back and listen, yes. So I'm just trying to understand, like, because Dawn took off in October of 2020, and
Yeah.
it's been stated that it was because of Josie. Now, we don't know why. I don't know. You and Allie were on Prayer Garden's panel one night, and I asked
Yeah, I
Allie if she knew why Dawn had gone to Utah, and she stated it was because Dawn was giving Josie weed or something. So, but then we get the statements from Sherry, and just to me, it seems like they coincide together. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out like what it is, because somebody's lying about something when it comes to the whole DHS situation. You know, it says they were there to shut DHS down the day prior to Summer going missing, but that's the same day as Jackie Dobbs and Jody Sue and all the fighting and all that other stuff. And Jody Sue has stated that DHS was there the day prior to Summer going missing. But at what time? And then you have the police report where Allison wants her kids off the hill.
Sure. My name is Allison Harris. I just got off the phone with Kingsport City Police Department. I have an issue at hand. I've been staying at a friend of mine's house for a little over a week now, and I have my one daughter home with me back in the city of Kingsport. Right now we're sitting at Dollar General off of Lone Star Road. And my oldest two children are up at my friend's house. And the reason why they're still up there is because when I went to leave this morning for work, because there was a confrontation last night between us all, and then this morning when she woke up, she was very confrontational about the whole situation. So I had to wait until her mom got awake to bring me to work. And she said, and she basically threatened me, threatened anyone who came up to the house, she was going to blow their heads off. She's bipolar. She's very, very.
Okay, so what are you needing from us?
I need someone to go up to her house to get my two children.
Okay, does she have any, like, is there split custody or is there anything like that?
No, they're fully mine.
Where are they at?
They're at 110 Ben Hill Road, Rogersville.
What was the address?
110 Ben Hill Road. It's right off of Beach Street.
How old are they?
14 and 15.
And you're in Kingsport right now?
I'm sitting at Dollar General just outside of Kingsport. I gave him enough time to go spoke to her mother earlier when she was on the way to the city to drop my youngest daughter off. And
okay,
I said,
what Dollar General are you at?
It's the one right before Lone Star Road. Outside of Kingsport.
Is it like outside of Kingsport in Hawkins County, or?
I'm not sure. It's the one right before Lone Star Road.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, I think you're still going to be in Kingsport at the dollar store. So what I can do, and you said they're 14 and 15?
Yes. Kingsport, I already talked to Kingsport Police Department.
Yes,
They
well,
said,
ma'am, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an officer give you a call since you're outside of the county right now.
okay.
What was your name?
My name's Allison Harris.
Okay, so what I can do is have an officer give you a call. The number will probably come up blocked or restricted, so just keep an eye on your phone and make sure you answer it, and then he'll be able to go from there and let you know what your options are and stuff like that and what he's going to be able to do, okay?
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Can I say something? The truth hurts.
Yes.
My mother, Sherry, was on Ben Hill Road. My grandmother was never. Only when I had to call the cops to go pick up my kids that night. And me and me and my grandmother were on the bottom of her driveway. Because my mother and the sheriff went up to Candace's house to get my children because it would not have been pretty if I walked up there.
And then there's another report where somebody wants Cameron off the hill, children, you know what I mean? So it seems to be an ongoing thing, but the question is why? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I guess
I got the call when Hunter called me shortly after after the whole incident with Allison, Candace, and Jose. And Allison told me that that I guess they were screwing around and whatnot, and Allison caught him, and she was no longer friends with her, and that she had to have, there was a big rigmarole about getting the kids off the hill, and it's like, you couldn't have just gone up and got the damn kids?
I mean, but is it true?
Allison called the cops on Candace because Candace would not give back her children. Isn't that true, Allie?
Yes, it is. That morning, me and Candace had our falling out because I didn't sleep that night. I was up all night long, crying my eyes out and everything, because I knew I had to take a step back from our friendship. I had to end it. Because when you're married to someone, you don't go sleeping around with other people. I don't care.
But you were hooking up with Jose.
What?
You were hooking up with Jose, so if she really thought...
Me and Jose were hooking up a couple nights after he got there. We just started kicking it back to, like, we would sit there to have conversations about our lives back home in New York, the people we knew. Come to find out, we knew a lot of people that hung out together. And, you know, and he started kicking it to me, and out of respect to Candace and her mother, because her mother had the hots for him, majorly.
I heard that.
Like, she would sit there and put her hand on his pants and try to kiss him and everything, and he would push back. We would wait until everyone went to sleep.
Yes, National.
And then, you know, then he started doing that shit with Candace. Candace started being all over him. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, girl. You're supposed to be my best. You're supposed to be like a sister to me. You don't do that. You crossed the line.
Yep.
And then she wouldn't take care of her kids and everything. And I'm just like,
Yeah, with her boyfriend.
With your boyfriend? Jose. Oh, Jose was your ex-boyfriend. We've heard about that guy's name. Jose was Is that the one where Candace Don threatened and then it crit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your ex-boyfriend? I did
Well,
not know
see,
that.
he came up with Hunter's father, so they were all going to stay at the Candace's.
And me and him, we started clicking.
And
So
they got
what?
Together, wait a minute, and they got
And
together.
we got together, so Candace was drunk and jealous and started being all over him. And I'm like, you know what?
No, you and her had an argument.
Yes.
Yeah. You come home, and His Royal Highness stayed up there with your kids.
Yes.
And
She wanted to bring the kids
the
back.
sheriff.
Yeah, I had to call the sheriff's department to go and get my kids because that morning she threatened to blow my head off.
Yeah.
Oh, Candace did?
Yeah.
She threatened to blow your head off?
Because I told her mother came in because she had to bring me to work. Candace and her mom got in an argument over Jose.
Because Candace's mother wanted Jose too.
Candace's mom wanted Jose. Yes.
Yeah, there was not.
And he politely told her where to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you with Jose anymore?
Hell no.
What's Jose's last name?
I don't even remember.
Where's he from?
Nobody remembers. We talked about this like a while
So did you call the police here on them when she threatened to blow your head off, or did you call the police?
No, I went to work and I gave her till. I went to work and I gave her till 11 o'clock. Gave her mom gas money to bring my kids back to my mother or my grandmother's. They didn't. And I said, all right, now we're gonna play. You wanna play games? I called Kingsport City Police Department. They told me how to call Sullivan County Sheriff's Department. Called Sullivan County. They told me how to call Hawkins County. So I had to go meet Hawkins County up at the church. And they had to go up and get with my mother and get the kids.
So you did make a police report?
Yeah. No.
Well,
You called them?
Sullivan County or whatever.
Yeah.
County there, they were.
When was this? When did this happen?
September.
Not a year ago.
Oh, a year ago.
Let me ask you.
Well, basically, me. I'm not gonna lie about it. Me.
You, okay.
Because I was emotionally there for Candace with what she was going through, and Allie had a thing for me, and Allie basically told Grandis that me and Candace had something going on, and then Candace wound up waking up and heard it, and she literally ran up the stairs to go fight Allie, and Allie was outside, and that was the big altercation. From there on, their friendship was dead and over for it. Hunter still would speak with Candace and things like that, but as far as Allie and their friendship, that completely shattered right then and there.
Your son ever said to you that no, we didn't want to leave the hill, we were there, like we didn't want to go home with our mother?
No, he never once said that to me. He just thought it was a big joke.
This is insanity.
Yeah, you also got to understand, he is at that age where he thinks just about everything's a joke.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He thinks, he thinks the shit he's wrapped up in now is a joke. So,
but the kids have been removed from Allie's custody, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you don't think that has anything to do with Sherry?
This is all Allison. I can guarantee you that right now. This is all Allison. Every ounce of it.
Okay, well, I guess.
I got the DCS paperwork to prove it, but I can't share that.
Yeah, no, don't show it. And that's what I was saying, because I know, like, for a fact they contact the other parent when there's a case open. So I was just baffled by why you.
I got the CPS. I got their current DCS worker on speed dial.
Okay, well, don't tell us that. You'll get yourself in trouble and not be able to CH further. Although he's almost 18 now, so.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Me and getting old.
Nothing wrong with getting old.
Oh, listen, I do gotta tell him. I do gotta give my boy this though, okay? I'll give my boy this. He may have done a lot of dumb shit, got caught up with a lot of stupid people, but you know what? At least he's held true to the one promise he made me back when he was 7 years old, okay? He promised, I told him, listen, I don't care, as long as you are right, you don't get into too much trouble, and you live your life, just promise me you won't make me a granddaddy before I'm 40. And so far, we're good.
He's too young to do that. Let's hope that's a long ways away.
Please, let's not even jinx him on that.
You know, and I think
I was 17 going on 18 I was 18 when he popped out.
Yeah, I was 17 when I had my first. Life's much harder now, though.
22.
Oh yeah, that's why. But I'm glad he hasn't popped me out any grandbaby, so I'm happy.
Well, and the other thing is, and I hate to say this, Andrew, and I don't mean to say it rudely, but he's rather immature for his age. Yeah. The fact that he's gotten into trouble, and you know,
I have to say this: lack of structure.
Right.
Exactly. I was going to say, you got to remember, he didn't have Andrew in his life, particularly growing up, so he didn't have that male figure. All he had was the woman men in his life, per se. Because I'm sorry, Sherry.
Well, I think it's even a little more than that, like just the chaos that surrounded his life. Andrew living in one street alley, going to another.
Oh yeah.
Sherry would allow.
What's this about a gun getting pulled? The fuck? What's this about a gun getting pulled on Allison from Candace?
Oh.
Where the hell did that come from?
What? Who said that?
I remember Allison telling the story about the snake.
She has never pulled a gun on anybody, including the cops, like they all thought.
Yeah, the DHS worker from Arkansas.
Oh yeah, whatever.
But it's on her charges that she did. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
thrown out,
it
but
was,
she
it
was
was right
charged.
there and she went to move it, and the lady just, I don't know. I mean, I could see that happening too, though.
You know,
I'm not
Andrew,
sure
I
if she
didn't.
did it or not. She said she did it though.
I didn't mean to bombard you. I know we.
No, it's all right. Like I said, I can only answer as much as I know and as much as I'm allowed to, given the current circumstances of what's going on.
So, are you allowed to say is Hunter at home with Allie now?
No, he is not.
Okay. Is he in a lockup or is he in a foster home?
He's not in a lockup.
You know, what kind of facility is Hunter in right now?
It's for juvenile delinquents. It's for kids that get in trouble.
Okay, so is it a legal thing or is it a psychiatric thing?
Oh, it's illegal. It's illegal.
Right. It's like a juvenile detention center or something.
So, can you elaborate a little bit on his charges with the stolen car?
Done and over with.
It's over with?
Yeah.
Done and over with.
Somebody else is saying, did I hear correct? Hunter produced a firearm when fighting with a girl in the street. No, I think it was a knife. Is that correct, girls?
Now I never seen that whenever it was happening out back with the neighbor girl out here. Melissa, I think she said she's seen that. But I personally did not see that. There was an altercation. It started, he was bullying a 10-year-old boy. So the grandmother of the 10-year-old boy came outside and, told him he needed to quit. So he started being really vulgar with the grandmother, and then that drew neighbors outside of the house. It was, back in the summer, it was a really pretty evening. People came outside. Other people started saying things to him. That 14-year-old girl being one of them. They actually started getting into it more so than him and that grandmother. And because him and the girl go to school together, all these kids in this neighborhood go to school together. And they just started, mouthing back and forth. And then next thing you know, like, he hooked her. She was on the ground and he was just beating the living crap out of her. And like, we're all just to him, and he just took off running. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Literally. It was wild.
And there was no police called after that incident, or there was nothing really.
Yes, the police was here. They did come. Nothing was done because there was so much drama going on out here prior to that. And all the neighbor, somebody had recorded the whole thing. They're like, there's so much drama with the adults and the children. We really can't do anything. We can't press charges. Blah blah blah. So he really got away with that, hitting that girl. And I think that was unfair that he was allowed to assault a 14-year-old girl. And
then all the men in the street, didn't the men in the street get involved then when she started got assaulted?
Running after him. He ran in the house and locked the door. They were on the front door beating on the door trying to get in there after him. Here, you can sit back down here.
As soon as they released him off probation, it was done and over
So
with.
he is off of probation for that.
Yep.
Good boy. Okay.
A little bit down to earth, he could probably stand a little bit more trouble.
Well, here's the thing, though. All right, here's the thing. What New York calls overly strict, Tennessee calls structured. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Night Out, if I can remember correctly, that 911 call was put out by Blowhorn Betty. Sorry for the name, I can't stand her. Anyway, so that 911 call was put out. There is definitely, a police report, and they didn't pull that from whatever's being investigated with Summers' record. So, that's good. That means maybe.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. Sorry, wasn't laughing. Why would she leave her children? Why would she run out and leave her children? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, according to Allison, she was upset that Candace was messing with Jose, and Candace had stolen some money from her, and she decided that night that they couldn't be friends anymore. So she was crying all night, and she got up and left, and then Candace wouldn't allow the kids to leave. So she left them without her children.
Oh, all right.
No, she was talking about the gun issue, not that part. She said that Allison left when.
Yeah, but Amber Lee, that's complete malarkey.
Like, my kids would be at that door before I would if she pulled a gun.
Right.
Allison called the cops on Candace because Candace would not give back her children. Isn't that true, Allie?
Yes, it is. That morning, me and Candace had our falling out because I didn't sleep that night. I was up all night long, crying my eyes out and everything, because I knew I had to take a step back from our friendship. I had to end it. Because when you're married to someone, you don't go sleeping around with other people. I don't care.
But you were hooking up with Jose.
What?
You were hooking up with Jose, so if she really thought...
Me and Jose were hooking up a couple nights after he got there. We just started kicking it back to, like, we would sit there to have conversations about our lives back home in New York, the people we knew. Come to find out, we knew a lot of people that hung out together. And, you know, and he started kicking it to me, and out of respect to Candace and her mother, because her mother had the hots for him majorly.
I heard that too.
Like, she would sit there and put her hand on his pants and try to kiss him and everything, and he would push back. We would wait until everyone went to sleep.
Yes, National.
And then, you know, then he started doing that shit with Candace. Candace started being all over him, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, girl. You're supposed to be my best. You're supposed to be like a sister to me. You don't do that. You crossed the line.
Yep.
And then she wanted to take care of her kids and everything, and I just like,
But I don't think Allie never said that Candace pulled a gun on her. She said that Candace pulled a gun on a snake.
That's what that Connie just said. Connie said that she pulled a gun on Allison.
I haven't heard.
I don't ever
I didn't
remember
hear
that.
about the snake. And what's so funny about that is Jody Sue claims that she was Candace's snake caregiver. Like, she'd come over and tell her if the snakes were good or bad.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Well, nothing wrong with being a snake. Nothing wrong with being a connoisseur of animals. There's nothing wrong
No,
with
there
that.
ain't nothing wrong with it, but look who it's coming from.
But as for Amber Lee, you what information you're putting out up here in chat is misinformation. Because I had, like I said, I have copies of all reports and everything that's going on. So what information you're trying to divulge here is misinformation. That's not. Give me a minute. I gotta grab my coffee, please.
Well, and that's why I'm here asking questions. I want to see what you know, what is misinformation and what is not. Yeah, I see you. She probably does feel the same way.
So it'd be like 90.9% false.
Yeah, well, I mean, except for he
I
couldn't.
mean, a lot of stuff we do know could be true, but you know, we really don't know because it's what people are saying that
Hey,
person said
ladies,
until we hear from
ladies, off topic. But do these jeans make my ass look good?
Oh God!
Oh my God!
I don't know. My thing was I'm trying to put together where Sherry stands because
Right now, Sherry is wrapped up in her own drama, and she was barely ever around Allison after her drama started.
Okay.
I'm trying to put it in a way that I understand it as well as it's easier
Isn't
because
that kinda ironic,
honestly, as far as I know, they ain't spoken in a while, so
Isn't that
like
kind of ironic?
hung out in a while. Outside of when someone went MIA.
She don't want to.
See something last night that the boys said that they didn't want to go back home and was
I just really personally would like to talk to Sherry if she would ever be willing, but I mean, she seems to be talkative. She didn't mind talking to other people.
Well, listen, Amber Lee, the information that you put out here, honey, is not true. Mind you, I have all reports of everything because obviously I'm part of the whole mess that Allison got into. It was not just on her. I mean, on Hunter. It was on her to get him signed into school, and come to find out, she didn't.
This Amber person said that Sherry and them stayed with her when they moved down there. If I'm not
No.
mistaken, I saw that.
Maybe in the beginning, before I knew where the hell anybody was. But outside of that, I mean, what was it? God. Oh, okay. Okay. Slow down. Okay. Slow down. All right. So you might know more about what, but I got the report. So all I'm going on is on the report. So I don't know what happened before the report. So please excuse my information. I guess it's before and what was actually reported. And Stephanie, yes, he did OD. And no, I don't think it was himself doing it.
So in that report you got from DHS, is Sherry named in it at all as to be away from
No.
children? No.
It was the only adults that were named were Allison and myself, and that's due because I am dad.
Oh boy. There's no way you could go fight for H?
I am right now.
Would.
Oh no, sir. I'm not Amber Lee. I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything. I'm just saying you know before what happened before, but I had the report, so it took me a minute to remember who you were, and I'm sorry. I haven't seen you in a while.
All right.
But she did. Okay.
I'm gonna jump
Then
down.
I don't know what report said that done.
I'm gonna jump down. I asked you my questions. Thank you for the
All
answer.
right. Thank you, Crystal.
All right. If I have any more, I'll be back.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Slow down over here. But no. Well, listen, guys. Okay. No. It was a brown. What I call fat boy recliner. But yes. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, thank you. I see you. Well, guys, listen. Okay. As far as I know, right now I've done everything I was asked to do by DHS, and I keep in contact with them almost daily. Oh, thank you, Sarah, so much again. Thank you. So, I've done everything I humanly can right at this moment. I'm even trying to set up phone calls, which of course nobody's got back to me yet, and I can't really do that on live because I don't want to get out.
Sarah has an issue. Did you read it? She said someone in
What?
chat has a problem with me using obviously what has to be your name, Andrew, not.
Well, you can use my name all you want. Say my name.
Yeah, we just don't like you using other people's names that isn't in here to
Especially those who aren't alive to defend themselves. That's all.
And no kids'
Sorry, I
names
just-
whatsoever.
Oh, no worries. You're good.
If they're over 18, that's fine, but we try not
If
to.
they're over
offend
18
underage.
and they're allowed and they're alive to defend themselves, it's good. If not, then no, please. Give me maybe a year or two more, and I'll be more willing to talk about them. But right now, I don't want to.
I didn't
Yeah,
know y'all was married. No one ever said that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
I
what
read
you're
that.
talking about.
I did, Sarah. I had it. Oh, I know
Oh
you
my
have it.
God, chill
But
out.
I'm just saying other people have earlier on. I just wanted to let everybody know, please do not use his name anymore today. Thank you. But yes, the suspicions around his aliveness is very, very pissed me off. So
A blue sofa. Blue,
So-
brown, orange, red. I've heard every color in the book this sofa
no,
was.
light brown.
Goodness
I believe.
gracious.
Yeah, I believe it was light brown. Yes, the suspicion. Like I said, there's large suspicion surrounding his death, especially with the family members that I have spoke to, because he's never used needles
Hey, Bones.
ever.
Oh, Lord.
There's a new theory going around. What was it? Brenda Gray on YouTube is got some new
Brandy,
bullshit
honey.
theory.
It's Brandy.
Brandy, thank you. Brandy Gray's got some new theory going out there sometimes, and it's just ridiculous.
I know yesterday I've heard 3 different things about it. So 3 different.
Yeah, I mean, it's only because, listen, it's only because I refuse to put him out here on blast. I refuse to do much of any of that because, he's still a child. At night,
And even when he becomes of age, he's still going to die.
thank you, Queen, for being here.